everyone. My name is Piet. I work at this company called Open Value. And today I want to talk to you about what I think is maybe the most important thing we are all responsible for, namely delivering value into the hands of our users. So you probably already know this, and I'm not the first or the best person to talk about this, but I think it's really important to be constantly aware of and thinking about what it is we do all day and how our field is evolving. So to be effective in what we do, we need to periodically remind ourselves of what the meaning and definition is of what we do. Like Jan observed this morning, DevOps is part of some people's role or job description, which is not helping. So to better define DevOps, it's perhaps easiest to say what DevOps is not. So first of all, DevOps is not about technology, or to be more precise, it's not just about technology. Like computer science is not about computers. And if DevOps is not about technology, what is it about? So fundamentally, it's about a very old problem, giving customers what they want as effectively as we possibly can, delivering value fast. So we start with an idea, something we think our customers want, something we think they would have, a value hypothesis. And then we try to create the thing and put it into their hands, and then we can see if it's actually valuable. So Gene Kim and John Willis, two of the authors of the DevOps Handbook, talk about this extensively in their audio series Beyond the Phoenix Project. So it's a relatively young term still, but the problems it solves are ancient, as you can see here. The left book is from the 80s. So if we look at the process of how we deliver something into the hands of our users, something that we think has value, someone comes up with an idea, a lot of people work on this in succession, and then at the end, our customer gets it in their hands, and then we can tell if it's valuable. But if we automate the wrong thing or improve the wrong part of the process, the user is not happy and we are creating more problems upstream. So you need to be very aware of the process we have. Jan said it's not a factory, but it is a virtual factory of delivering value. And you need to do the right thing. And if your process looks like this, then it's really hard to see what you should be improving. So you should at least use some metrics to see if your process is improving or is not. So continuous improvement is very important because agility is the only sustainable advantage that we have. You can come up with a great idea, but next week your competitor will have copied it, and the only thing you have over them is your agility. So what are the things you can use to improve your process? I've collected 5 things, some very obvious, some maybe not, and I want to talk about them very briefly. So first of all, the cloud. If you're using the cloud still as a virtual data center, you're not getting a lot of value. So you need to let the big cloud girls and boys do the racking and stacking and use it from there, like electricity or water. So to drive my point home more clearly, it's not a singular thing, it evolved a few times over, but serverless is a good example of using cloud abstractions to increase speed. So not just functions or lambdas, but also databases, integrations, and more. So like Emra said this morning, you ideally want to focus on just the business logic that drives your services or products, and then define that in the same place, hardware and software, so program infrastructure, and then get the thing into the hands of your users. And sometimes programming can be a bottleneck, so you might use something like citizen developers, anyone that can program in your company, or something like low-code or no-code. But you need to be aware of the caveats. You need to be really good at integration. And lastly, you could consider doing away with programming at all. I'm not convinced that ChatGPT or Copilot will replace us, but they are very fast and mostly reliable assistants. So don't blindly copy trends or new stuff, but do value hypothesis testing. Try something new out if you think it will improve your process, and see, using metrics, if it actually works. And this kind of experimenting takes time and money, so make sure your managers are aware of this. They are mostly at the top and mostly part of the bottleneck, so make sure you free up your time and money to start experimenting. Okay, that's it, 5 minutes are up. Thank you for listening. I'm here all day, and please connect with me on LinkedIn. Have a nice day.